been police officer for 20 years, lost his battle with post-traumatic stress. He lost his battle with depression, and he swallowed a 40 caliber bullet. This was not just an older brother. This was not just a family member. This was a man that was the number 2 man in my life, and we had lost our dad 6 months prior, so he was the number 1 man in my life. He had taught me how to be a man growing up. He got out of the Marine Corps about the time that I was going into high school, and literally it helped raise me during those years. I was at his house constantly. I learned how to talk to girls. I learned how to be confident. I was this skinny little awkward kid, and he taught me to have a huge personality. If I didn't have that personality now, I wouldn't be here. And I looked at him as this unbreakable, giant monster, the Superman, that no matter what happened in his life, he was always going to be good, man. And we were all grieving over our father, but never in my mind did I think something would be wrong with him. I always thought, no, Mike's got this. And he succumbed to his battle, and succumbing to that battle, he left 4 children behind. He left a wife. He left my mother, who had just lost her husband of 50 years. It devastated our family. Yeah. And I had every opportunity at that time to put the guitar down. I had every opportunity to quit. I was ready to quit. I was done. I felt like everything that I had been doing for the last 2 years prior to that was a joke. I really did. And I know that I've already personally saved people. I know that. I know that I've put people in therapy and have changed their lives and altered their lives. But at the same time, I lost my brother, and I missed it. Somehow I missed it in my own family. So it was a really crazy time for me. It was a fog just sitting over me for months and months and months. And I came out of it. I wrote an entire album. I actually wrote a whole album to go with Superman Falls that told this whole story, from me getting out of the Marine Corps and staying in California to my father's death, to my brother's death, and then the aftermath of that. Superman Falls is in the peak of the album. It's my brother's death and what it did to us. The world knows. People know that 22 veterans a day commit suicide. I mean, that's a national story. That's on NBC Nightly News. That's, anywhere you look, you're going to hear about that. People were doing push-ups on the internet. I don't think they knew what the heck they were doing push-ups for, but they were doing them. They're making awareness. This isn't about awareness. This is about a little brother losing his older brother. This is about a family that is devastated afterwards, and thousands of people, 3,500 people at a funeral, thousands of people were affected by my brother's loss. And that happens 22 times a day in our community. 22 times a day in our community. And these people aren't this broken, tattered stigma of a veteran that you think of. This isn't this Hollywood flashbacks tripping out. It's not that. That's not what post-traumatic stress is. These are functioning people within your society that are amazing and incredible people, because all they want to do is give everything for everyone else. And they lose themselves within it. And that's what happened to my brother, and that's who I'm after now with Superman Falls. I want to find those dudes before they wreck their family.
There's nothing I can add to that, bro. You got me tearing up over here. Because, the story, is, like you said, it's not unique to you. Of course, the loss to you can never be measured compared to somebody else's, but you got me thinking about my father, who passed away a couple of years ago, and that same feeling of, oh, he's got this, everything's okay, even though he was sick and kind of wasting away due to illnesses that he had. Oh, he's got this, he'll always be around. Then the next day, he's not. And then you have to restructure your life and your whole view. And just being, me and relatively well, I mean, opinions vary about me, but, being relatively okay, and then comparing it to you and what you're dealing with in your life every day and the demons you have to deal with every day. For you to put that into a project like what you've done with Superman Falls, my God, man, that's incredible. That's a miracle in and of itself. Do you give yourself credit at all for this stuff at all?
I don't know. I don't want to be a hero. I high-five myself occasionally because I did do this. The Valkyrie Initiative called me back in September and asked me if I wanted to donate a song to their album. I said yes. When they released the track list and I saw the other people on it, because it's got Ryan Weaver and Scooter Brown Band and Rowdy Johnson. These guys are people that I've followed for a long time that I'm into. I saw that and I knew their plan was to print some CDs and sell it, I couldn't let that be that. Because I saw my opportunity to take my brother's story and take it public. I've done everything I can to make sure that that's accomplished. We're going to release in the top 10, I'm pretty sure, because of how hard I worked. And the video was created. All of this was just me calling people and saying, can we do this? Can we do this? I believe in this. I recorded with a producer that literally has a Grammy on his wall. He has platinum albums from Elton John to Fleetwood Mac, and I requested that I be in there. I said, spend every bit of money that I've made in the last 3 years, because I keep it in an account. I'm a firefighter. I make money. I make sure that I have my money that I make from music sitting there waiting. And we spent every bit of that to go in and do this. I come out of my pocket on everything because I believe in this. And it's unbelievable, just the response that's happened this time. It's so different. Superman Falls, it doesn't even just resonate with people that are victims of family suicide. I had a friend that lost his father, which was actually a close friend of my father. And he called me the other day and said, can I play your song at his funeral? So why would you even ask me that? Yes, of course. But he didn't take his own life, but he said his dad was his Superman. And he wanted that to be, spoken. And I don't know, when you write things and you do things, you're telling your story. But when I finish certain songs, I know that they have a different purpose. And this was that song. The moment I finished it, I knew what I had to do. And I knew that there was nothing that was going to stop me in this world from the entire world knowing about my brother. For the entire world to know how bad this hurts. I wake up every day, man, and I think to myself, what could I have done on that day? I picked up my phone, I was going to call him, and I didn't. And I kick myself for that every single day. And, it's just, people don't deserve this. Nobody deserves this. And I love my brother, but I freaking hate him. And nobody deserves this. And I want to make that difference. I want to make that change. And I want to punch that dude just like him in the mouth and say, wake up, dude. Yeah,
I hear you, man. I totally hear you. Oh, I could talk to you all day about this, bro, because I'm telling you, the feeling of loss that people feel just in their normal course of life is a heavy burden to bear. But when you add in everything that you've talked about, it's almost insurmountable. And the fact that you're doing what you're doing, absolutely unbelievable. Tell everybody.
It hurts, dude. Honestly, I got to do this over and over,
And you got to keep telling the story over and over again. That's like a personal hell to go through. But we're all benefiting so much from it, and you should know that. Listen, people out there like me, that we care about you, man. We care about the music. We care about the message behind the music. We're with you. We're behind you. And, this is why I do the show. This is one of the reasons that Russ and I do this, So, listen, tell everybody how they can get in touch with you. Obviously, John Preston on Facebook. I see John Preston Music on YouTube, where you can see the very powerful video that you put together for the making of Superman Falls. It's right there. Tell everybody else where they can get a hold of you and get the music.
Yeah, so Facebook.com/John Preston Music. That should be your first stop. That's where I operate mostly. You can message me on there. I'll literally get right back to you. If you have a problem, reach out, please. I have resources. We can help you. Go check out the video. You can watch it on Facebook. I think in just a couple weeks, we're at like 150,000 views on Facebook. Go to YouTube, John Preston Music. We have a plethora of videos from the last 3 years or so. So check it out there. Instagram, Twitter, Instagram John Preston Music, Twitter at John Preston USA, and go to iTunes right now. We're in pre-order. Look up Battle Cry, Songs of America's Heroes. Get your pre-order in. That is what is securing our chart position. We're looking like we're going to do really well. We want to take this to the top. We have 8 combat veterans on this album. We want to show the world that we are not broken. We want to show the world that we move forward. The higher we chart, the better we do, the better our future, and the better opportunity I get to take this as national as possible. So, to everyone, I just want to give a shout out to everyone that is very active on our Facebook page right now. A lot of wonderful comments, a lot of awesome things being said. I'm working, man. I'm working for you all. I'm going to keep busting my butt. I'm not going to stop. I have a mission. I promise you I'm going to accomplish it. I will be at the Grammys next year in front of 20 million people talking about this. It's on pre-order on Amazon right now. It releases on March 17th. It will be, at that point, on anything digital that you can buy. It'll be available. So if you can get it on Amazon or iTunes right now on pre-order, go grab it. If not, we'll be out next Friday and ready to rock it on March 17th.
And you'll also be able to find it on BehindEnemyLinesRadio.us, where we'll put it up and make sure that everybody can grab both Battle Cry and Superman Falls. John, why do I always get tear up when I'm around you, man? You got to stop this for me. Thanks so much for coming on. And listen, God bless. And we got to make this conversation a little more frequent than we have been. I always love talking to you, man.
Yeah, I'd love to check in and just talk politics for a day,
Dude, my schedule's wide open for you. My schedule's wide open for you. We'll talk about some nonsense like politics instead of all this other heavy stuff we always do. But I'm glad we do it, bro.
The story's rough, man. It's my life. I wake up every day and I don't want other people to do that. So, get up off your butt and let's do something. Make a change, man. Find what you love and do it. Period. It feels good, I promise.
Absolutely. John, thanks so much, man. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Gene. Thank you.
Whew. What an interview, guys. Every time John comes on, like I said during the interview, we talk about a lot of heavy stuff, man. And he's one of the few people on the show that gets me every time. Gets me thinking about family, gets me thinking about friends, gets me thinking about life, and the words seem to escape me like they're doing right now. John's one of those unique individuals that can really reach into your heart, man. And I can think of no better tribute to what he's doing than to play his song, which will be released very soon. Check it out, guys. It's called Superman Falls.
Oh, the frost around my lips, it tells the story oh so well, of the frozen tears that shatter as they're falling from my shell. And 21 guns is the anthem to our lives. Now we're back here once again. 7 hands on the trigger, pulling the trigger now. Everything is changing. Little when Superman falls, everything is breaking apart. Now there's one to save us all. Superman falls. What's in store now that selfless has been selfishly relieved? It's so hard to accept the hero of our world who's filled with disease. And 21 guns now blasting over and over, screaming in my